We're talking rifle, baseball, track and field, golf, and basketball. Let's dive into this week's sports report.
Coach, like we talked about before this game, it's the playoffs. The slate was cleaned. You came out here, got the job done. What can you say about your team's performance tonight? In the opening play, you ran it out of the Wildcat formation, drove it to the house, and then you never stopped. Walk me through what was going through your mind in this one.
Oh my goodness, Liz Cambage, a new Dallas Wings record and WNBA record, 53 points. And you did it in that fourth quarter with a three-pointer. Walk me through that play, that three at the end.
Now Shadow Creek is playing in their first varsity season. The school opened in 2016. In the past 2 years, they've been playing an independent schedule, traveling across the state of Texas, trying to find people to play. This year, they found their home in district play. So how do you think the first-year varsity team is holding up in their district? Well, they're at the top. They're undefeated, 7-0, 4-0 in district play. And I asked Coach Butler, how much did those 2 years kind of motivate the guys to make a splash when they enter district play? And he told me, look, we're just happy to have a home and be in a spot that if we win games, we can make the playoffs.
Bree Johnson has now recorded 9 double-doubles this season, but her favorite double-double are her twin girls, born premature at 24 weeks.
And he also told me they're coming off of their 2 best weeks of practice. And guys, you know this, but if there's a time to peak, there's no better time than now.
Let's talk about that play with 3 seconds left in the half. I call that a Billy or Nobody fade to the end zone. Zascoda aired it out and got it. Talk about that play.
Take me into the locker room right now and the mindset of this team heading into these final games of conference play.
Alexa Shaw is with the head coach of the New Deal Lions, Matt Hill.
Thanks, Mark. Coach, first time in school history here. I'm sure the emotions are running high, but what are going to be the keys to getting the job done today?
It's the District of Doom matchup between Cedar Hill and Mansfield Lake Ridge. Now Cedar Hill is coming off of their first loss, and I asked Coach Lynn, how did their guys respond to that loss this week? And he said, we learned from it, we grew from it, and I preached to these guys, if you want to be the best, you have to play your best every single game or else you'll get exposed. Now on the other side, Lake Ridge, riding a 4-game winning streak. Their offense, led by quarterback Chandler Rogers, who's averaging over 350 yards per game.
Look who joined us live here on the set, Coach Patterson. Another signing day in the books. What makes this class special?
Well, I really like the kind of people that they are.
So who is the player behind the Suavemente walk-up song from the Dominican Republic and in his 5th year at TCU? I asked Michael what motivates him to succeed. And last Friday, our TCU football team hosted Pro Day where all 32 NFL teams were represented. 22 Horned Frogs showcased their skills for the biggest job interview of their lives.
That's right, Shewa Lanalua, you better remember the name. I see you have the hardware, offensive MVP. Tonight you put on a show. What was that like for you out there? And you guys, all season long, it's been the theme of fighting back through adversity. Tonight, you guys face adversity again, and once again, you responded. Is that just the mentality of this group, or how do you guys continue to just fight and get it done? You talked on that podium about your senior class. What does it mean to send them off with this victory?
You know, I'm so proud of them.
You found a way to win. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
That is Alexa Shaw with the head coach, Gary Patterson.
Alex Robinson said in an interview, last year you guys were happy to win. This year you expect to win. Is that kind of the mentality for this year?
Our tour of Fort Worth continues here on the 817. This week, we're at the Colonial, where we crashed the men's golf team practice, and I'm getting a few strokes in. Turner McLean joins me from the men's golf team. What advice do you have for these young athletes coming up?
I think I have really good advice for them.
Give it to me. What is it?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I wasn't highly recruited in high school, and I looked at the top athletes, and that was my measuring stick.
Make that 30 wins in a row for the back-to-back state champs Carthage Bulldogs as they dominated Gilmer tonight from the opening whistle with the final score 66-14, and Coach Surratt told us it was a team effort.
You know, we executed very well in all 3 phases, and just a great effort by everybody. Our coaching staff put a good plan together, and we executed it.
Quarterback Gunner Capps told us they were clicking on all cylinders and they look to carry this momentum into the rest of their season. Coach, talk about a fourth quarter thriller. You guys, with 1:24 to go, scored. Onside kick, scored again to win it. Talk about a crazy overtime thriller. Holliday came out victorious in this one, and quarterback Jet Johnson was the star of that final drive in overtime. And head coach Frank Johnson, who happens to be his dad, talked about how special this one was because his son missed all last postseason season due to an ACL tear.
I know there's a lot of Longhorns fans watching right now. They're excited to have you. What can you say about heading down there real soon?
The crowd was rocking here at Eagle Stadium, where the rain and the lightning delay couldn't stop them in this heavily anticipated battle of Beltline, where the district title was on the line.
You put this team on your back and you said, we're not going to lose this game. How did you close it out?
The Gilmer Buckeyes came into this one the 4th place team, 1-3 in district play, 4-6 overall, and they were taking on an undefeated Sunnyvale team. But in this one, the difference was Gilmer's effort, and running back Brand Webb told me the slate is cleaned in the playoffs and it's anyone's ball game.
La Vega took home this one 45-18. Now, it's safe to say the guys were loving it, living it up out there on the field, and I even got a few backflips from some of the guys. Now, you guys didn't get a backflip out of me because, I didn't want to pull this hamstring or anything. Back to you.
Thank you, Alexa. I can do that. Can you do that?
We were just doing backflips in the break.
I mean, that was a really good story. We did that,
Talk about a finish. Shadow Creek held Foster scoreless in the 4th quarter and scored 21 unanswered points to get the W. Head coach Brad Butler and quarterback Jamarian George told me they just needed a spark to get going.
And the elephant in the room, this rain behind me, not an issue. Both coaches told me before this game they've been ready for this all week. No surprises here. Back to you guys in that warm studio.
It is warm and comfy.
Frog fans, you better be packing out the Schollmeyer and be loud. 817, we out.